From the majestic cathedrals of Europe to the humble chapels of Africa, from the bustling megachurches of North America to the serene monasteries of Asia, Christianity spans continents and centuries, shaping communities and individuals alike. Religious freedom is a fundamental human right, yet millions of Christians around the world face persecution and restrictions on their beliefs. In some nations, practicing Christianity and possessing a Bible is a dangerous endeavor. These are places where owning or distributing this sacred text can lead to serious consequences, including imprisonment, torture, or even death. In this video, we'll explore 10 countries where the Bible is prohibited, shedding light on the challenges faced by Christians in these regions. Number 10. Iran. Iran, officially known as the Islamic Republic of Iran, is a country in Western Asia, has a population of approximately 85 million people, making it one of the most populous countries in the region. Iran is predominantly Shia Muslim, with about 90 to 95% of its population adhering to Twelver Shia Islam. Sunni Muslims, Christians, Jews, Zoroastrians, and Baha'is form small religious minorities. The Christian community in Iran consists mainly of ethnic Armenians and Assyrians, alongside a growing number of converts from Islam. The Iranian government has banned the importation, printing, and distribution of Bibles. This ban is rooted in the regime's aim to preserve Islamic values and prevent the spread of Christianity and other non-Islamic beliefs. Iranian authorities view the promotion of Christianity as a threat to the nation's Islamic identity and social order. The ban on the Bible is enforced through raids on underground churches and the homes of suspected converts. Iranian authorities confiscate Bibles and other religious literature, and individuals caught with these texts can face severe penalties, including arrest, imprisonment, and, in some cases, execution. For Christians in Iran, particularly converts from Islam, the ban on the Bible exacerbates an already hostile environment. They are forced to worship in secret, often in underground churches. The United Nations has repeatedly called on Iran to uphold religious freedom and cease the persecution of religious minorities. The United States Commission on International Religious Freedom has also criticized Iran's actions, urging the international community to hold the Iranian government accountable for its human rights violations. Number 9. Afghanistan. Afghanistan, a land at the crossroads of civilizations. Situated along the Silk Road, it was a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and religions. Afghanistan's population is estimated to be around 40 million people. The population is young, with a significant percentage under the age of 25. In July 2023, Afghanistan's Taliban regime announced a ban on the import, possession, and distribution of the Bible and other non-Islamic religious texts. This move sparked significant international controversy and concern over religious freedoms under the Taliban's rule. The Taliban justified the ban by claiming it was necessary to protect Islamic values and prevent the spread of non-Islamic beliefs. They argue that the presence of religious texts like the Bible could lead to proselytizing, which is strictly forbidden under their interpretation of Sharia law. This ban severely impacts the already vulnerable Christian minority in Afghanistan. Christians in Afghanistan are primarily converts from Islam, a fact that makes them particularly susceptible to persecution. The ban on the Bible in Afghanistan is part of a broader pattern of increasing restrictions on religious freedom under the Taliban. There have been reports of the destruction of religious sites, harassment, and violence against religious minorities. Number 8. Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is a landlocked country located in Central Asia. It has a diverse terrain, including deserts, mountains, and fertile valleys. The country is home to over 34 million people. Uzbek culture is a blend of various influences, from Persian to Russian. The nation is known for its traditional music, dance, and crafts, particularly its intricate textiles and ceramics. Uzbekistan was once part of the Soviet Union, which imposed state atheism and severely restricted religious practices. After gaining independence in 1991, Uzbekistan retained many of these restrictive policies. Since independence, the Uzbekistan government has maintained strict control over religion, aiming to prevent the rise of extremism and maintain social order. This control extends to all religious texts, including the Bible. In Uzbekistan, religious groups must be registered with the government, and unregistered religious activities are illegal. The Bible, being a central text of Christianity, falls under these regulations. Possessing or distributing Bibles without official permission can lead to severe penalties, including fines and imprisonment. Uzbekistan's strict regulations on religious texts like the Bible are part of broader efforts to control religious expression. The government fears that religious freedom could lead to instability, especially in a region with a history of radicalism. The banning of the Bible has drawn criticism from international human rights organizations. These groups argue that such restrictions violate fundamental human rights, including the freedom of religion and expression. Number 7. Yemen. Yemen is a country located on the southern tip of the Arabian Peninsula. It's known for its rich history and cultural heritage, but in recent years, it's also been in the news for its ongoing conflict and humanitarian crisis. The majority of Yemen's population practices Islam, predominantly Sunni, with a significant Shia minority. In Yemen, according to Sharia law, apostasy, leaving Islam, is a serious offense, often punishable by severe penalties, including death. This has a direct impact on the availability and distribution of non-Islamic religious texts, including the Bible. The Bible, specifically, is banned in Yemen due to laws that restrict the practice and propagation of religions other than Islam. Importing, possessing, or distributing the Bible can lead to severe legal consequences. This ban is part of broader efforts to maintain Islamic dominance in the country and prevent the spread of Christianity. The ban on the Bible raises important questions about religious freedom in Yemen. While the country's laws are designed to protect Islamic traditions, they also severely limit the ability of non-Muslims to practice their faith freely. Number 6. Mauritania. Mauritania, officially the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, is a predominantly Muslim country where Sharia law is the foundation of its legal system. This creates an environment where religious minorities face significant restrictions. One of the most severe restrictions is the ban on the Bible. Importing, possessing, or distributing the Bible can lead to harsh penalties, including imprisonment. This makes it extremely challenging for Christians to practice their faith openly. The ban on the Bible in Mauritania is part of a broader effort to maintain religious homogeneity. This impacts not just individuals, but also religious organizations trying to support local Christians. Despite these restrictions, Christians in Mauritania find ways to gather and worship in secret. Underground churches and clandestine meetings are a testament to their resilience and dedication to their faith. Number 5. Libya. Libya, located in North Africa, has a predominantly Muslim population. The country has faced significant political and social challenges over the years, especially following the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. In June 2024, Libyan authorities announced the prohibition of importing, distributing, and using the Bible within the country. The stated reason was to maintain public order and respect for Islamic traditions. This decision aligns with Sharia law, which is the legal framework in many Muslim-majority countries. However, it has significant implications for religious minorities and those advocating for religious freedom. According to recent estimates, Christians in Libya represent less than 1% of the population. Despite their small numbers, they have a long history in the region, dating back to the early centuries of Christianity. For Christians living in Libya, this ban poses serious challenges. The ability to practice their faith openly and access religious texts is now severely restricted. Number 4. Somalia. Somalia, a country located on the Horn of Africa, has a long and intricate history. It is a predominantly Muslim country, with over 99% of its population adhering to Islam. The country's history is deeply intertwined with Islamic culture and traditions. For centuries, Islam has been the cornerstone of Somali society, influencing its laws, customs, and daily life. In June 2024, the Somali government officially banned the importation and distribution of the Bible. This move was justified by the authorities as a measure to preserve the country's Islamic identity and to prevent potential religious conflicts. The Ministry of Religious Affairs issued a statement saying that the Bible and other Christian texts posed a threat to the social harmony and cultural integrity of the nation. Somalia's legal system is heavily influenced by Sharia law, which forms the basis for much of its legislation. Under Sharia, the promotion and distribution of non-Islamic religious materials are strictly prohibited. This includes the Bible, which is seen as incompatible with the country's Islamic values and legal principles. The ban on the Bible in Somalia has significant implications for religious freedom. Christians, particularly those in the minority, face severe restrictions on their ability to practice their faith openly. This includes limitations on worship services, the possession of religious texts, and the ability to share their beliefs with others. The international community has responded to Somalia's ban on the Bible with a mix of advocacy and diplomatic pressure. Human rights organizations and foreign governments continue to call for greater religious tolerance and freedom in Somalia. Number 3. Maldives. The Maldives is famous for its breathtaking scenery and as a top destination for travelers worldwide. However, behind this idyllic facade lies a strict and conservative society. The Maldivian government tightly controls religious practices, with Islam being the only legally recognized religion. In the Maldives, practicing any religion other than Islam is prohibited by law. This restriction extends to the possession and distribution of non-Islamic religious texts, including the Bible. The Maldivian government views Christianity, and the Bible in particular, as a threat to its religious and cultural integrity. The importation, possession, and dissemination of Bibles are strictly prohibited. Violating these laws can result in severe penalties, including imprisonment and deportation for foreigners. The penalties for possessing a Bible in the Maldives are harsh. Maldivians found with a Bible can face imprisonment and other severe punishments. For tourists, being caught with a Bible can lead to confiscation, fines, and deportation. The banning of the Bible in the Maldives highlights the complex intersection of religion, culture, and law. Number 2. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, known for its rich history and as the birthplace of Islam, is one of the most conservative countries in the world. The Saudi government enforces a strict interpretation of Islamic law, known as Wahhabism, which dictates almost every aspect of daily life. In Saudi Arabia, practicing any religion other than Islam is illegal. This restriction extends to the possession and distribution of non-Islamic religious texts, including the Bible. The country's laws are based on Sharia, and promoting or practicing any religion other than Islam is strictly prohibited. If someone is caught with a Bible in Saudi Arabia, the consequences can range from fines to imprisonment and, in extreme cases, deportation for expatriates. Foreigners living in Saudi Arabia are generally allowed to practice their religion privately, but any attempt to proselytize or distribute religious materials is strictly forbidden. The prohibition of the Bible raises significant concerns about religious freedom in Saudi Arabia. Expatriate communities, including Christians, face challenges practicing their faith openly. The ban also affects diplomatic relations and international perceptions of Saudi Arabia's commitment to religious tolerance. From Saudi Arabia's perspective, the Bible ban is viewed through the lens of preserving Islamic identity and safeguarding against perceived threats to social harmony. Number 1. North Korea. North Korea, under the leadership of Kim Jong-un, is one of the most repressive and secretive countries in the world. The government exerts strict control over almost every aspect of its citizens' lives, from their thoughts to their actions. This control extends to religious practices, with one particular religious text being completely forbidden: the Bible. In North Korea, owning a Bible is a serious crime. The government perceives the Bible as a direct threat to its authority. The consequences of being caught with a Bible in North Korea are severe. Individuals discovered with this forbidden book can face arrest, torture, and even execution. Many are sent to labor camps, where they endure harsh conditions and forced labor for years, sometimes for the rest of their lives. The ban on the Bible in North Korea is a stark reminder of the lengths to which authoritarian regimes will go to control their people. It's a story of fear, faith, and the unbreakable human spirit. Despite the risks, many brave individuals are determined to get Bibles into North Korea. Activists and smugglers use various methods, from sending Bibles via balloons over the border to hiding them in everyday items. The banning of the Bible in these countries illustrates the challenges faced by individuals seeking to practice their faith freely. While some nations enforce these bans to preserve religious homogeneity or political stability, they raise significant human rights concerns. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content.